What's up everyone? Today we will be taking a look at very expensive skins that look amazing and comparing them to skins that look extremely similar or near identical while also costing a fraction of the price. Now this will only focus on comparing looks and price. Rarity and other factors will not be included, so if there are skins you love but they are way too expensive, I will show you some amazing alternatives that are affordable and look just as good. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the sub button, and with that being said, let's get straight into this video. For our first expensive skin, we have the Sunset Storm Desert Eagle, and these are around $210 in factory new. This is a very clean red deagle skin with this Japanese inspired wave pattern that flows through the entire gun. Now for our cheaper alternative, we have the Midnight Storm, and these are $20 in factory new. Now what you will immediately notice is it's basically the same skin, however it's just a different color. Now the price difference is $190, and if you pick up the Midnight Storm, the only difference is color, and some might even prefer the cyan blue color. So if you want the Sunset Storm but you don't want to spend $200, absolutely check out the Midnight Storm. It's a great alternative, it's the same skin, it's just a different color. Coming in at number 2, we have the Graphite, and these cost around $130 in factory new. Now, the Graphite has been in the game for a very long time, it's a fan favorite, and is generally considered one of the cleanest ops in the game with this fractalized look and gray color scheme. However, for the cheaper alternative, we have the Black Nile, which is much newer and costs around $4 in factory new. The Black Nile has this topography look with the silver outlines running through the entire op, and what you can immediately notice is both of these ops share the same principle to make it look good. They have a dark color scheme and they have a pattern that stretches through the entire op. Both of these ops are super clean, they're sleek, and go well with dark inventories. So if you're looking for a sleek op that has a darker color scheme and you can't buy the Graphite because it's too expensive, absolutely check the Black Nile out. I think it looks just as good and is much more affordable. At number 3, we have the legendary M4 Howl, and these cost a massive $5,500 for factory new. Now, the Howl looks amazing. We have the flaming wolf in the middle and the gray and red color scheme flowing through the entire rest of the gun. However, for the cheaper alternative, we have the Dragon King, which costs $25 in factory new. The Dragon King is one of my favorite M4s in the game aside from the Howl, and both of these guns have a massive resemblance because they both have an animal in the middle, one being a wolf and one being a dragon, having this similar pattern that flows through the barrel, stock, and mag of the guns. Both of these skins look amazing, and if you stop looking at the price for a second and just compare them side by side, they both look very similar, one having this imperial look and one having this flame-like rugged look. Overall, I think these skins look amazing, and if you like how the Howl looks, take a look at the Dragon King. I think it's just an absolute beauty of a skin. At number 4, we have one of my personal favorite ops in the game, and that's the Medusa. These cost $4,700 in factory new, so absurdly expensive. However, this op gives off what I like to call gentleman vibes. It has a nice color scheme of navy blue and green shades throughout the whole gun. We have a cool painting of Medusa and the snakes flowing off of her head. However, the biggest flaw with the skin is that you can't see the artwork when you play with it. So there's a great alternative, and that's the Atheris. These cost $9 in factory new, so way cheaper, and I've heard this comparison get made a ton, so I actually took a look at them in game, and they are quite surprisingly similar. They both have snakes on them, they have the same color scheme of blue and different shades of green, and both honestly have absolutely outstanding artwork. Now, you might even argue that the Atheris has more perks with like more detail on the snake. You can see the actual artwork on the gun while you play, and you have the nice colors of the green on the scope. So if you're looking for an op like the Medusa, but you don't want to spend thousands and you want to see the artwork in game, absolutely look at the Atheris. It's one of the best skins in the game for the price range. Moving on to number 5, we have the Mac10 Fade, and these cost $30 in factory new. Now, this isn't the $1,000 skins that I was mentioning previously, however, this is one of the most popular Mac10 skins in the game, so I wanted to include it, and overall, it's a very good looking skin, it's just a fade pattern. But there is a cheaper alternative that to some might look better, and that's the Discotheque. These are $10 in factory new, but you could get these for $5 in min wear and they basically look the same. And the Discotheque is basically the Fade but upgraded and cheaper, right? The Discotheque is pearlescent, so whenever you inspect it at different angles it changes colors, and these skins basically are the same color scheme, however one actually changes dynamically when you inspect it and play with it. So the Discotheque is a great option for the Fade, and it's $20 cheaper if you get them both in factory new. At number 6, we have the M41S Icarus Fell, and these cost $400 in factory new. Now, a ton of people love the Icarus Fell because of its color scheme. It's two-tone with this nice bright blue color and black, and it's also pattern-based, so it's just an overall very good-looking skin, but it is very expensive, and there's a great alternative. Check out the Nightmare. These cost $30 in factory new, and they share the same exact color scheme as the Icarus. We have black, and we have a lot of this like bright blue color throughout the whole gun, and as a little added bonus, we have this like demon drawing in the middle that looks pretty cool. So if you like the Icarus because of how it looks in terms of color, definitely check out the Nightmare. It's a fraction of the cost, but in my opinion, looks almost just as good. Coming in at number 7 for the dualies, we have the Duelist. These cost $110 in factory new, so the most expensive dualies in the game, but they do look great. There's a sapphire finish on the handle as well as an engraved look, and both of the slides are full black, so it's a very sleek looking skin, but who wants to spend over $100 on dual Berettas, right? So there's a great alternative, and that's the Royal Consorts. These cost $3 in factory new, and instead of the sapphire finish, they have an emerald finish on the handle. And to add as a little bonus, there's very nice 3D mapping on the full skin. We have this bronze engraving look on the handle and the slide, and overall, if you're looking for a skin similar to the Duelist, definitely check out the Royal Consorts. I think they look better and are over $100 cheaper. At number 8, we have the USPS print stream, and this costs $90 in factory new, which is pretty expensive for a USPS skin. However, it looks great. We have the black on white color scheme, and we have a lot of these cool details scattered throughout the entire gun. Now, in CSGO, I would not have made this comparison, but since print stream skins aren't per lesson anymore, or like barely, I will make this comparison. So let's take a look at Ticket to Hell, which is $1.50 in factory new. We have the same exact color scheme, however, the black color is more dominant, and Ticket to Hell has a ton of these like little drawings scattered through the whole gun, as opposed to a couple spots on the print stream. In my opinion, I think these are very similar skins, so if you're looking for a black and white USPS, definitely take a look at the Ticket to Hell before the print stream because it's way cheaper, and in my opinion, they're very similar in terms of looks. Number 9, we have the Glock Twilight Galaxy, which costs $170 in factory new. Now, this Glock skin has a very simple premise that looks absolutely stunning. It's all one color of blue with the speckled look that resembles the name, a Twilight Galaxy. It's a lovely Glock skin, but very expensive. And there's a very cheap alternative that looks literally just as good. And we're gonna take a look at the Bunsen burner. It's $1 in factory new, and it has the same speckled look as the Twilight Galaxy, which is crazy to me because these two skins are basically identical. The one difference is the Bunsen burner has this flame decal at the front, which some people might even prefer over the Twilight Galaxy, and it costs $169 cheaper. So if you like the Twilight Galaxy, definitely look at the Bunsen burner. It has literally the same exact features and looks pretty much identical, and it doesn't carry the massive price tag that the Twilight Galaxy has. Lastly, on number 10, we have the Desert Eagle Blaze, and these cost $520 for factory new, which is absurdly expensive for a Deagle skin, but it is pretty cool. It's on the new gen model, so it looks hefty. It has a nice color scheme that goes from yellow to orange to black, and a cool flame decal that goes from the front of the gun to the back. Now, would you really want to spend $500 on a Blaze when you could pick up a light rail for $4? The light rail literally has the same color scheme. It flows from yellow at the tip to orange to black, so it looks identical in color, and as a little bonus, it's 3D mapped, so it looks very 3D. The cutouts look really cool. The light rail got a massive buff in CS2 in general, and overall it's a super good looking skin for $4 that is very similar to the Blaze, which costs over $500 more. So if you like how the Blaze looks, I think you will enjoy the light rail and the price that it sits at. So here's my list of highly expensive skins and their cheaper counterparts. For the next video in the series, I will be reading the comments on this video, so let me know if you would prefer for me to cover gloves or knives next. I hope y'all had a great first week of 2024, and hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace out, everyone.